Good morning, Minecraft gamers. Welcome back to the Minecraft Guide, episode 141. Today, we meet back down in the mines. I'm down here getting obsidian. For what we're going to do today, we're going to need about 2 stacks of obsidian. This is probably like the longest step of what we're going to do today, so I figured this is a good spot to start. We might as well get it out of the way. Obsidian mining is really painful. In the last couple episodes, we've made a couple great developments in this world. Amethyst farming, improvements to Grim, even an enchanted pickaxe. But there's one thing. One thing that actually I genuinely forgot about. Until today. Right now, Minecraft has 3 dimensions. The overworld, which we're in, the end, which we're nowhere near, and the nether. Ah, yes, the nether. How did I completely forget about the nether? This sums it up perfectly. Like, exactly. That's been the tone. And I don't like it. There's so much in the nether that we need, including different wood types, better armor, and gas tiers for respawning the ender dragon. In today's episode, we're going to be setting up the perfect build to go to the nether in. Today, if you enjoyed this video, instead of leaving a like on this video, just comment like. Alright, so back up on the surface, that's done. 2 clean stacks, perfectly. That took a long time. Really long time, but it will be worth it. So I feel like the normal thing to do is just throw another portal up, jump into the nether, check it out, find a bunch of stuff, and then maybe put a build around the nether portal later. That is, if you even put a build around the nether portal. This world, really old, and no nether portal build. Like, I mean, of course, back over at the other base, we have a nether portal for sure, and we have a nether hub, but if you think about that portal, and where it is, it's sitting out in the open. I never put a building around it. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. To the nether portal, to the nether, to everything inside of the nether, yeah, not fair. It's not right. This time, I figured we would do things a little bit different. Instead of just jumping into the nether, exploring, and then never coming back and making a nether portal building, before we can even consider going into the nether, we need to build a building for the nether portal. I did some calculations, and I figured, if I do things this way, there's no way at all that I could possibly neglect actually building another portal building, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now, we ended last episode in a spot. To be honest, 100% honest here, I wasn't really happy with where we ended up last episode. At the end of the last episode, I tried changing the roof of the tower on Grim to Amethyst, and it looked really weird, so then I ended up switching it back to Spruce, made it look a little bit better, and we ended up with this Amethyst statue right here. There needs to be more amethyst over here. So the first rule is no going into the nether until we have a nether portal building. The second rule is to use more amethyst. Amethyst is so cool. I mean, we have so much of this stuff. I farmed it for like hours and then I used like none of it. So today we need to build with amethyst, and then I think I'm also going to use deep slate because it's amazing. Spruce wood, maybe strip spruce wood too, so like the plank tone, and then also dark oak. Oh, dark oak is so amazing too, and I haven't even gotten to use very much of this. Block palette for the nether portal build, it's right here. These are the tones, these are the blocks that I'm planning on using. The location, it's gonna be right here. I just raised it up. The old tree farm is gone. We're gonna need to set up a new tree farm soon, but I think this building, like sitting in here, imagining it from over there, is gonna fill in the skyline really nicely, and it's gonna look really good. Now, amethyst. We're gonna use amethyst on the build, but amethyst is more of like an accent block. It's kind of tricky to work with, which means we need another amethyst build. I think right off the bat, or at some point here today, I think I'm going to come back and actually build a second one of those statues. I think that statue is really cool looking, and if I had 2 statues on either side of the nether portal build, oh yeah, I think that would be really cool. So these are the dimensions of the statue, I think. Yeah, those are definitely the dimensions. That buddy's gonna sit right there. This tree is gonna be in the way, and then honestly, this hill is probably gonna be in the way too, so I'm gonna take the hill out, take the tree out, take a couple more trees out. Goodbye, trees. Goodbye, trees. So if I'm being an optimist, this build is gonna fit in this spot right here. If I'm being realist, it's not gonna fit. There's no way, not a chance at all. So we're gonna start off with the nether portals on this build. We're gonna do 4 nether portals in a square. I really like that design. Of course, we'll fill in the corners on the nether portal. We want them to work right, obviously. And then I'm thinking 5 blocks wide. That's gonna be pretty wide. I think this positioning right here might be good. Actually, you know, it's a little close to that statue. I think what I'm gonna wanna do is shift it over like 2 blocks. But yeah, like 5 blocks wide, that's a good width.
Imagine this. You're me. You're setting up another portal build. Of course, you're building with obsidian. You misplace sometimes. But you left your diamond pickaxe in the building.
Oh yeah, when I was down in the mines, I found a little bit of iron. That's great. Definitely need more of that. And I found a tiny bit of gold too. There we go. That's so much better. So that's going to end up putting the build a little bit behind that statue, but I think it'll be fine. So this nether portal is 5 blocks wide. My rule with the nether portal is the height of the portal needs to be about 2 times the width. Otherwise, it's going to look really weird. So that's 3 right there. This is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. I feel like 9 is going to be a good height. We'll do the corner right there. Of course, filling in the corner. Of course, fill in the other side all the way. And we end up with that right there. The height is about twice the width, which makes it look normal. Now, like I said, we're going to have a square of nether portals, which means we're going to have another one right there. And then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up right there. Then we're going to do the same thing on the back. So we're going to go 5 again, and then up over there. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So 5 right there, up again. Yep, it'll end up looking like that, other than this block. This is another portal shape, another portal design that I did in the nether hub for the jungle base, and I love it. I think the square nether portals are so cool looking, like in a box. I just think it looks really good, and I had to. I know we already did it in this world, like I just said, but I had to. I couldn't resist. I needed to bring it back over here because it's so cool, and this time, we actually get to experience it more because it's going to be the overworld. Now, hopefully I have enough obsidian for this. I figured about 2 stacks should be good. If I did the math, that's going to be 5 on the bottom, 5 on the top. That's 10. That's 9 on this side, 9 on the other side. This should be 18. Add it all together, that's 28. Then 28, 28, 28. Yeah, we should have enough. For sure. If I need extra obsidian for the rest of the build, out of the question, basically. But for this part of the build, easily. Look at this, 29 obsidian left. Ah, come on. Alright, so there we go. We have 4 gigantic nether portals with the corners filled in. I'm not going to light them yet because we're not going to the nether, but there we go. So 5 is really nice, but I think to make this nether portal look a little bit more grand, actually, we want to close it up a little bit. So to close it up, here's what I'm thinking. Spruce logs. So what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Yeah, we're gonna go all the way up to the top. But I don't think it should be normal spruce logs. Instead, I think it should be strip spruce. Strip spruce is gonna look so much better, and watch this, it's gonna make it insanely easy, insanely doable to make an arch in here. So check this out. We're gonna do staircases like that, maybe more staircases in there like that, a slab right there, and then I figured we could cap this all off with more staircases at the top, and it's gonna make this really interesting looking design that's gonna have a window. Then imagine we light the portal, we have the purple like glowing out through the window up there from a distance. It'll look great, I think. And then we have it, of course, like glowing right there too, in between the spruce logs. Oh man, that's exciting. The key to this build today is definitely going to be symmetry. I think keeping everything identical on every single side. So if we do it on one side, we do it on the other, it's going to make everything look really, really good. Because right off the bat, I mean, we have 4 symmetrical nether portals in the middle. So if we just carry that outward, yeah, I think then we'll be looking at a really solid build. And it's going to add to the skyline. I'm so excited about the skyline expanding. So all of these sides are really straightforward. This side, though, I mean, this part is going to be straightforward. We just literally do the same thing again. But after this, I'm going to have to, like, push the land out or something. It is the back of the build, after all. So, I wonder if I could just do the back of the build, like, you know, the back of the build. You know? I would say so far the build's going pretty good. The next thing that I want to do is come in here with deep slate. I love deep slate. I have to confess, this stuff is amazing. I'm trying not to use it on every build, but I have to use it on this build. There's no choice. I mean, this is the perfect nethery stone that isn't blackstone. Like seriously? I mean, how can you not? Like, it's perfect. So here's what I'm thinking. We have the nether portals in the back, then we have this layer that pops out. I think what we could do is have another layer that pops out. We start with deep slate staircases at the bottom, and then maybe, somehow, we turn it into dark oak logs. Like, that combination right there, that's going to be really harsh, so maybe we cover that up with, like, trap doors. But yeah, then we have, like, dark oak logs going up, and it pops out even more, like, as you can see there. I think doing it like this is going to make the build look really, really good. And because we're going to have everything angling in, it should really put a lot of focus on the nether portal. I mean, nether portals are pretty interesting looking. The texture is, like, moving and everything, obviously. So yeah, I think angling everything in, kind of like what I'm doing right here. Yeah, that's going to make it look really cool. Amethyst. We want amethyst on this build? Well, look at this. Right there. We could have it poking through, and then I think what we could do is probably have it, like, poking through up there, too. Make it look really, really cool. So, there's going to be a couple tricky things about this build, though. This corner area is going to be really weird. Like, we could continue that up, but even if I did trap doors in here, like, wrapping around, which is what I think I'm going to do, we're going to have a problem on that middle bit right there. So, what I think we could do maybe instead is, like... okay. Yep. That didn't work how I thought. We could do something else in there. No, we can't do... No. Alright. We'll come back to it. That's fine. It's sad, so sad, but no way, not a chance at all that I'm going to have enough dark oak for this build. I'm going to have to take down even more trees. I'm so sorry, trees. And plant other trees here instead to farm them. Because my old tree farm has a build on it now. We really need a tree farm. I should do that soon. Alright. So hear me out here. This is just an idea. I'm still working on the whole build, clearly. But hear me out here. So what about this? Right there, we have this arch up there, so a second arch on the build. I'll do another row of dark oak in there. That'll look good. Did the second statue, by the way. And then amethyst. Look at this. So the amethyst continues straight up. I think it's going to match the nether portal. Not 100% sure, but I think the tones are similar. Oh, yeah. Imagine that. Nether portal there, amethyst there. It looks like the portal goes out, but it doesn't actually go out. That's the trick. Now, because of the tree line that I have in here, I don't think we're going to have the best view of the build. The trees are going to stay here, I think. But I think from, like, that spot up there, I think this is going to end up looking really cool. And then maybe from, like, walking around over there, it should look pretty cool, too. Especially with these other statues. I wasn't happy with where we ended last episode. I don't think it was very impressive. But with the two statues in there, and then with this build in the middle... Oh, man, I think it's going to be so much more impressive. So much more cool looking. Again, especially from a distance, like, over here. Like the view with that building right there, I think it's going to be unbeatable. I think it's going to look really, really good. And by far, this is shaping up to be the best nether portal building in this entire world. Like, it's not even going to be close. However, oh yeah, by the way, I also solved the problem on the back of the build. I fully terraformed it, fully, like, as in all the way. And this is going to be the back of the build. Fully terraformed it, as in all the way. But yeah, anyways, I was going to say, I'm out of something. Something very important for this part of the build. So, I guess I have to wait around. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That's such a good development. There was iron in the blast furnace. Oh, there was iron in the blast furnace. And I could put even more iron in the blast furnace. Oh, this is perfect. I thought I had to go to the mines. Anyways, though, time to wait. Wow, I am so grateful that I unbanned myself from using this stuff because this is such a good block. It got to a point where I was using this in like every build, you know. I'm so happy that I unbanned it though because it's amazing. Build is progressing along quite nicely, I would say. I finished all of the corner sides. I like the amethyst there. I have an idea how to fix it. But the top, I also did the top. It's going to be deep slate. The top of this build is going to be deep slate like that. I did it in a circle around the top of the build, so I'm going to have to figure out how to like finish it up and make it look good. I have a pretty good idea, but yeah, deep slate castle type vibe on top of it. I think it'll look pretty cool. Then on the top, like in the roof on the inside, maybe like deep slate tiles to finish everything off. Deep slate tiles on the ceiling is going to look really good from the inside, which by the way, we're going to worry about, but also not really. And yeah, I'm really happy with where the build is going. So there are a couple more things that I need to figure out. One of the things is going to be the wall. I'm pretty sure what I could do here is just basically continue the wall straight up. I think that's going to look good. And then in here, maybe continue that straight back into the castle. It's going to make it look a little bit stronger. So that's what it'll end up looking like over there. That'll go straight up. It's a little bit of a weird connection, but I don't think it's the biggest problem in the world. I've been thinking about this for a little while, but there are a few strange spots on the build. Also, a few spots that need a little bit more detail. For example, this lower spot right here, I feel like it could be better. To make it a little bit better, I was thinking maybe barrels backwards so we get this texture right there. That's going to solid up the bottom. I think it'll look pretty nice. We'll do it on every single side here. At least we'll try it out. And if I don't like it, I'll take it away. It'll be good because I could put like flint and steel in here, maps, things like that. That'll look nice. This is another really weird spot. Just looks really strange. Just like empty right there where the staircase connects to the log. To fix that, oh man, same thing. Barrel right there. Then we can remove the dirt. And that'll stick out like that. I think that'll look pretty cool. It's a nice texture. And then to make this thing look even better, watch this. We do a fence gate there and a fence gate there. Then we do a fence right there. So that's connecting and kind of like holding this beam up now. Then we go back down here below here. Do another fence, do another fence, do another fence, do another fence, and then lantern. Oh yeah, look at it. It's gonna look like this thing is like hanging through those support beams right there, and I think it's gonna look so cool. Barrels are such an amazing block. Like, they're functional, but they also just look so good. With the spruce combination, the best combination in the game, like, it just looks good. Now I need to come back in and do more dark oak logs up there, like I said. That'll finish that area up, and then this thing. So this is gonna be expensive. And I really wish there were a way to like turn the smoke off, but there's not. But hear me out here. Maybe 3 campfires, because fire is nethery, right? And this is where this goes, to the nether. Maybe 3 campfires where there is a lot of smoke. I really wish I could like stop the smoke somehow. But maybe we do 3 campfires there, 3 on the other side, and the other side. I feel like it'll look pretty cool. I mean, the fire itself is pretty nice looking. It's a cool looking model. The smoke I could do without, to be honest, but I don't think it'll be the worst thing in the world. And you can still see the amethyst too. So maybe, maybe we try it out. I mean, it does help solve these like weird looking spots, like right there. That's where I had the idea from, have a campfire sitting on there. And then I thought maybe I do it in the other spots too. I don't know. I feel like it kind of looks good. It's kind of nice, but the smoke. I wish the smoke weren't there. This is why I'm happy. I have a little bit more iron than I thought. Now, it's not a lot still. This is going to be really expensive. Definitely what I should be using my iron on right now for sure. Lanterns. I love them. They're amazing looking. They're great for detailing. They add a lot to a build. So lantern right there for sure. And then I thought maybe we would be able to hang lanterns up high too. Like, I mean, I don't have to go too overkill here, but I could do a lantern right there. I could do maybe like a fence right there. A chain. And a lantern, maybe. That'll make it look a little bit more interesting. Then I could do the same thing over there. So we have a fence, a chain, and a lantern. And then taking a step back, we end up with that right there. Cool lanterns, cool fire down there. Lanterns on the front. Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. And I definitely think I'm going to do that. However, I think I'm going to do the back of the build method, if you know what I mean, with some of the lanterns. I do have good news, though. I had to go back down to the mines. Back in the mines, I found a little bit of redstone, I think 4. All of this iron right there, tiny bit more gold. I had to go to the mines for the gravel right here. We need gravel for coarse dirt. I was completely out, which means I'm going to have a little bit more iron. It's going to make my life a little bit better. And this is what the build is looking like right now from over here. Check that out. It's so cool looking. That's good. I'm not too sure if I'm going to add rooftop access on this build. I feel like it could go both ways. Like, it could be cool. Roof is always nice, but at the same time, I have that right there. And would I ever come up here? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I have a pretty interesting floor design idea, though. So, for this floor, we're going to need a lot of furnaces. Like, maybe a stack of furnaces, maybe even more. I didn't really count. Then, what we're going to do is take the furnaces and cover the entire floor with it. So, the inside of this room. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do with the inside of this room. At first, I was thinking maybe like a checkpoint where I could have basic supplies for, like, the nether. But then I kind of realized, yeah, it probably wouldn't be very useful other than, like, a flint and steel. Yeah, not very useful. But then I realized. I realized it. This is the perfect room. The perfect space. Oh yeah, I'm going to put amethyst up there. The space inside of this room, I think, is the perfect amount of space for some sort of treasure room. So that's what I'm going to do. Treasure room on the inside, of course, filled with a bunch of nether stuff. The only problem, I don't really have a bunch of nether stuff right now, so we're going to have to get that in later. And then in the top of this room, lanterns. Even more lanterns hanging down from those fences right there. And I think that's going to finish the room off perfectly. I've been pretty busy with the build today. On the outside, I've completely terraformed pretty much everything over here. I have a bunch of sweet berry bushes in, coarse dirt on the ground, rocks on the ground, more sweet berry bushes, sugar cane over there planted, a small water thing, tons of fence guardrails so I don't accidentally walk off the wrong way, including on the fully terraformed side. The build and basically the entire surrounding area is fully finished. I also added this little workstation over here. If I ever need to craft things, that'll be perfect. The only thing that I couldn't figure out is how I want to actually link this build up to the other builds. I was thinking maybe I could have like a path coming down this hill right there, or I could have a path wrapping around like leading to this side over there. I don't know. I think this is a really good looking angle of the build, but there's one last thing to do. The last thing that we need to do on our nether build is light the Oh. I didn't think about that. All right. Well, that changes that a little bit. That would have looked really good. That's too bad. The final thing to do to today's build is light the portals. Portal number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally, number 4. Right there. Oh, no. I thought this would be a problem. And they're already coming through. There it is. The nether portal gateway. They keep spawning piglins. Haha, super excited about that. The portal color with the amethyst accent around there, that looks so nice. Episode 141. Add mossy cobblestone to the path at Grim to make it seem like the grass is growing over it. I can't believe this. It's so sad. I really can't believe this. I still don't have vines. Like normal vines, they don't exist over here. This is the closest that I have to vines. I still don't have vines. I know. So, I don't know what to do. There are a lot of things that we're missing over here, but we kind of need to explore for those things. But here's the thing. We've been in this world for a long time. As of this episode, 1,622 days. Yep, pretty long time. Do I explore again? I don't know. I feel like I always say it, but I feel weird about exploration episodes. Like, do you want to see that? Like, do you? But at the same time, I feel weird just going off and finding everything, filling in the map, because then it's like, wait, huh? Like, what? What happened? We need vines, we need saplings, we need so many other things, including nether things. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do a big exploration episode soon, but not today. That's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the buildy episode. If you made it to this point, big thank you to you. Like, subscribe, links in the description. Look at the view, the skyline. I love the view.